Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of TimberPunk 2, where everything's looking glorious. It's so beautiful and green. It's so beautiful. We've got a lot of things to tackle today, or at least two things that we're going to try and tackle in a semi-timely fashion. Whether or not that actually occurs is up for debate. So, a little recap. We blasted all this out. We got all this cleaned up. No more thorns. It was an unnecessary endeavor, but it looks cleaner now, okay? It looks so nice. I would like to get over here at some point, and we're going to push our Tubeway system over here at some point. So that will be nice. How that's going to look, I haven't yet decided yet, but it will be a glorious one way or another. I don't think that'll happen on this episode. However, what I'd like to tackle today is twofold. I would like to get this done. I would like to finish up the rest of this aquifer, have that spill out into here, and that will be a beautiful thing for us. And that will provide us a nice feed of water into this system, which I have paused pumping out of. So now it's well and irrigated for a prolonged period of time. So this should provide us irrigation for all of our foodstuffs into perpetuity. Additionally, I would like to come over here and clear out a path to allow this clean water to also feed into this system so we can fill this up even more, and any excess can fall off somewhere else or wherever else we would like to feed it. So that is what I would like to tackle today. And if we have a few brain bites left, come down here and clean up this monstrosity that I have created down here. So we're gonna tackle that one way or another. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna get you. And while we have a few brain bites, while I'm staring at this, I'm gonna get somebody in here to clean up that mess. Maybe a few somebodies, just because there is the capacity to do so, and they should all be able to reach all that. Anyway, so that's what the plan is today. So that means we're gonna have to find a way to climb back up here since I've destroyed all the access points. Clear a nice path through here, and then blast out a nice, how many times can I say nice in the past 6 to 9 seconds? Nice. Clear out a nice path to allow the clean water to come this way, and then also make our way up here to block off this bad Johnny as well. So that'll take a bit of a little bit of time, but I'm not concerned with how much time that's going to take because I enjoy playing this game and this map. So let's do it. Let's get to it. Let's get the 3 times speed up and running. We are in the middle of the drought. We've got 17 days left in this drought, so that's a point of contention that we'll keep in the back of our nugget as we move forward. But I don't think we're going to have any issues as far as water or food are concerned. Oh yeah, and then we did this as well. So this is in. We've got so much food now being produced, or so much corn, or not corn, algae and mushrooms going. I don't have a place to store any of that right now. I'm thinking it'll have to go somewhere. I'd like to get some storage in here, like back in this area, but I don't really have much space available to me. Anyway, I digress. We'll let that, we'll sort that out. Future me problems, okay? So let's go over here. Let's go ahead and grab this bad Johnny, throw that in right there. Realize that that's still not high enough. We'll come across like that. Come up here. I don't know why I tore out my staircase there that I was going to need anyway, so that's on me. I'm a goober, but I don't care. Now let's go ahead and make sure that that is good and connected. That means that we get to connect here, here, here. Have them rip out this tree, please. And how are we going to get through all of these thorns? Oh, I don't think there is an easy way through all of these thorns, honestly. We're just going to have to punch through. Okay. And probably accept the loss of a few of the trees as well, because I do not care about losing a little bit of that material Anyway, so that looks like that. This looks like that. We're going to grab this and run this way and then do the same down here, realizing that just ran right into some scrap metal or scrap pile, which is not conducive to our plans here. So we're just going to come over a little bit to the left, cancel this demolition here, and go ahead and get this all marked for demolition as well. Probably just come out to this spot and we'll just clear out the rest of this area such like this. Probably a tad bit excessive, but it is fine. That is acceptable, and we will get that up and running hopefully sooner rather than later. Sweet. That is going in. That'll take a little bit of time. That'll also keep only a few of our bots busy. We might do a little bit of power back in here as well, just to give them a place to charge up while they are doing bot things for us. So that's probably going to look a little something like, I don't know, like this or like this, and then we'll do a little triple here across the way. This is probably a tad bit and highly unnecessary and definitely excessive, but it is fine. We'll do probably one more on that end and throw in, where are our science guys? Charge station, that goes there, there, there. Realizing that I have foobarred that one already, so let's just go ahead and rip that all out right there. Let's just do a 1x4 there. 1x4. That will provide us with all the space that we need to do the fun and things. Cool. They are building that. That is going in. Now we can put those charge stations back into here and here, and that should be more than enough for our beavers to recharge as necessary. And let's give them that to go in right there. And we'll get haulers prioritized to that point right there, and we have 5 beavers with nothing to do with their hands. It's all of our scrappers right there that are now bored, are scrapping flags. They've cleared out huge swaths of this tunnel at this point. So now we're just working our way back here too. Let's just keep walking that way, and we're down to 5, 6 more bio beavers down there doing bio beaver things, which is acceptable in what we would like them to do. Let's check on water. These guys are going to keep pumping for a hot minute. Theoretically, this should hold water a little bit longer than usual because it is such a deep and wide piece of reservoir, so that is good for us. Would also like to get up here and start working this way now, please, and thank you. Pretty please. Beautiful. So now they can work that way. That'll take them a little bit of time, and this will also take a little bit of time for them to actually reach all of that. I could do the smart thing and somehow run our what do we want to do here? I don't think that there is a, well, I could run the Tubeway this way and then up and over. I could do the same over here too. Run the Tubeway over here through that hole and then come out this side, which would not be a bad thing, honestly. A little bit out of the way, but it is doable. I don't think that's worth our... I don't think that juice is worth that squeeze quite yet. Do I need access to this right now? No, I have access to all of that like that. So we can go ahead and start ripping out these stairs. All of this cleared up and out of the way. Never gave them access to that to clear all that out. I should have done that, but alas, I did not. Now, let's see how this looks right here. So that is 1, 2, 1, 2. That means that you go right here and you go right there. You rip that out, that out, run this path like such as, and now we do this right here, and we go up. 3, I think, well, hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Come on. Come on, game. I know there's paths everywhere and you're having a heart attack, but I need you to hold it together. No. Okay, so I need that. I need an explosive there. Give us that little overhang, and that means I need you ripped out that. Let's go ahead and put this in right here. We're going to run that across like such as. Then we'll do rotate, slap that in right there, and then we do that like that, that like that. That goes right there, and that will be a beautiful. Now I just need to give them access to this again from this side, which shouldn't be that big of an ask. Just need to figure out how to get down. Should look a little something like this. Like there, like here. And we'll come across this side, path across, this way, this way. That runs to that side, and then that will be a beautiful. Now we can go ahead and unlock these suspension bridges. Since we're going to be building out over top and down, which that covers that a fair portion. Now the problem with dirt is you can't really build through the dirt. So that is a point of contention for us as we move forward into this build. So we'll have to be very, very conscientious of that problem. I'm realizing that I've created yet another problem for us, so I need to get rid of that. Then we need to put this in like such as, like that. And that'll be a beautiful. Now this does break. Actually, hold up. Let's rip that out. Rip. I want to rip that out. I want to put that in right there. And right there, just so we can have the water transfer down. Otherwise, we'll have no water to transfer down. And that will be quite sad. Okay, we are making our way across, so that is good. We can finally start throwing that dirt stuff in there, and I would like to have a place to store some dirt up here. So that means putting that in right there, and then throwing in a large industrial pile right there with some dirt for our guys. And we'll hit the obtain button, making sure we actually hit the obtain button, and then probably do a little bit more of the same back in here. Or we could just throw in more dirt. Nah. There's no need for that. Boosh, boosh, boosh. Well, something like that. I don't think we can actually down there. So unless we do something like that and that. And that. And then we should be able to demolish that. And that should be good. Then we do a little triple. Or do something like this. There's probably a huge waste of material. Like a metric huge waste of material just to put one small dirt pile here. But I'm doing it, so that's all that matters. Right, and we hit this obtain button there too. Beautiful. And we didn't block access to anything. You are a max priority build, please, and the thank you. And we'll do the same for all of this over here, just because I would like that to get done so that it makes their lives that much easier. And we are placing dirt in a beautiful fashion, which is amazing to see. That goes in right here. This now feeds that. I would like to get down here to rip all of these pieces out. I don't think that's necessary. It would look nicer, but you know. I don't think you know, but I'm going to pretend that you do know, okay? Okay. Can we reach that? You can. It's just a matter of getting dirt up here. You are prioritized by haulers. Give me that button, prioritized by haulers there, and that gets us all the dirt running through the place. So that is good. How we're doing back here? They have made decent clearance of all of this, which is beautiful to see. I'd also like to have them rip out all of these thorns for us too. And I think we also are going to need a little bit of this cleared out here as well. We'll just do all of this. Actually, we might need to do 3 wide. Now that I think about it, maybe 3 wide's a tad bit excessive. I know not. It's probably a tad bit excessive. Anyway, we're going to clear all this out, and it will be beautiful one way or the other. There's a lot of dirt here, so that'll be nice. We can just go ahead and mark all this for clearing, because I anticipate exploding all of this, clearing all of this out, and providing us with a nice piece of real estate in the future here to store even more water. That means having real estate to actually place dynamite on, because you can't place tunnels underneath the thorns directly. You have to be one under. I could, in theory, come under here and just build a metric ton of tunnels through here. And I've seen this in the past, right? So let me pause the game, right? So if I were to place tunnels through here, they come in, they blast each one of these out, then I could rip out the platforms underneath, and that would demolish everything that is attached to those systems, right? That's cool and all. That's a really great way to clear out a large piece of real estate. So if I wanted to not have to climb all over these bad Johnnies over here, I would just run a bunch of these tunnels underneath here and rip all of that out. And it's a great thing to do. But to do that for this large of an area, I think it's faster just to get my 1,000 bots up here and having them rip through all that. Anyway, I'm going to let them continue to work all that. We've got 10 days left in this drought, which is beautiful to see. And we've already got that all up like such as, and I love it. We can now go ahead and throw this bad Johnny in right there. I don't think we can reach that. We can reach that. Sweet. Let them come over here, throw that in, and that will be good. We have that connection point. You are bored. You are bored, and so are you. I think I need to give them a path down to gain access to the rest of those ruins there. That'll make them not bored, and that will be good. We have so many bots running around. It's insane. Okay. I really need a place to just put all these bots to work somewhere. But I don't really have a piece of real estate for them to go into. But we are down here now, so that is good. Now we can start working our way through here, and that will allow them to work that way. And we've got a place to charge up here. And you know what? We've got a piece of real estate here available to us. So let's go ahead and put in a couple builders' huts right here and right here. Why not? These are temporary. We'll get these ripped out as soon as we are done with this area up here. We'll put them in somewhere else in the future. But for now, they're a beautiful piece of stuff for us to do the beautiful things, you know? Sorry, I don't know why my brain is on that mode right now. I've just been doing that. Yeah, anyway, you guys don't care. Cool. We are ripping our way through there. That is beautiful. This is all in, so that is even more beautiful. Now we can rip this out, rip this out. I'm probably going to have to make another type of situation up to there at some point. And now we can put this in like this. We can fill this in like that. No, I don't want to fill that in like that. I want our double here. Our double there. Just to reach that side. Then we can just go ahead and fill this in right here. And right there. We'll do the same on this side. And do we want... I think I wanted to do something like this. Put that one out. I do need to throw in this impermeable floor there just so we don't have water spilling out everywhere. And that will be nice and Gucci. And then we can now throw in our terrain blocks on top of here. Which looks a little something like that. I think we are going to have to put this in right here. Get that on top of there with our impermeable flooring there. Now that is going to cause a bit of an issue with irrigation down there. So let's get that ripped out. I want irrigation available to us like that. That should pass irrigation down to that pylon and then allow for water to move forward without too much of an issue. It kind of looks wonky, like really wonky. Like really, really wonky. I don't know if I like that actually. Pause. Get that out of here. Let's rip this out, Rip this out. We'll go 1x3 across. Throw in the impermeable flooring on top of there. That provides irrigation down that point. And we'll do the same thing on this side. So rip that out, rip that out. Do this 1x3 here. And then do our impermeable flooring on top of there. Then we will come over here and keep working our way up. And we're going to swap these around so we're not running into any issues doing that. That looks beautiful. Then this goes to there. This now turns into our 1x2s here on either side. And now this goes up on this side. And you are again a 1x3. Now we do our 1x2s again. Beautiful. We might even go further than the 1x3s. Let's do our 1x6s. Just have that spill out that way. And then that looks very nice. I don't think we really need the irrigation now that I'm thinking about it. Really is no point to the irrigation, but you know what? We're doing it because I want to. That goes like that. That goes like that. Irrigation, boosh, boosh, boosh. Now we do that here, here. Rip this path out. We go up here, here. And this provides us a point for us to gain access there. Bada bing, bada boom. They shouldn't, in theory, block themselves off. We've got dirt being moved up here. We have dirt being produced down here now. We'll have haulers help you out with that, with the priority on the hauler side. Water is slowly becoming an issue for us, but that is okay. I would like to come in here and set up a little... No, let's not do that. I want dirt here. Do I want dirt here? Yeah, let's do dirt here. Then something like this, this, and this. Then on top of that, we put in our deep mechanical fluid pump. Like that. Yes. Then at the end of this, we want to put in a sluice gate right there. We want this to be at, was it 1.7, 1.55 maybe? Is that deep enough for our pool? I think it is. Cool. They can work on that. We haven't gotten any of our bots stuck. That is good. They are slowly working on all of that, Bad Johnny. All the dirt's going in, and in theory, we are not putting ourselves into a position that causes any problems for anybody. And now we've got a beautiful piece of aqueduct running through it. I am happy to see that moving. It looks so beautiful. We've got the industry moving and humming in the background. We've got the dance life going on in the foreground. We got a place for our beavers to chillax in the evening, you know, and get their mud bath on. And then above them, their bots are building a beautiful aqueduct. An absolutely beautiful aqueduct. And I am here for it. Now, these bots are down here doing beautiful things. We'll continue to press them forward, giving them copious access to all of the things, and that will be grand. Sweet. How is this coming along over here? This is all paused. I don't think I've given these guys access to any more. I have. A few more beaver positions to fill in there. We'll pull some out of the hauling positions, which is fine. Get those guys up and running. We have a bunch of 2 bots running around without power. We still have 3 injured beavers. Again, still have no idea what job they're doing that's causing these injuries. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at all of the positions. So, for some strange reason, I have 2 beavers in bot part factories. Cool, that's rectified. That should alleviate that pain for them. Deep bad water pump. That's fine having that like that. I don't think. Yeah, we'll swap these guys over. There's no need for that to be going on like that anyway. Cool. It looks like the majority of the jobs are being taken care of by bio beavers, which is acceptable. I mean, bots. I shouldn't say bio beavers. Fermenters, that's fine. Fluid dumps. We'll have to get those unlocked and get bots into those positions. Foresters, don't care. Gatherer flags, that's fine. I don't know why we have 2 gatherer flags going, but that's okay. Hauling posts, that's okay. This needs to go up to 10, and this needs to go down and down. It's going to plus up our total amount of beavers lost right now. All of these guys are in. All of this is good. Why are you... What is that line? Is that like... I don't know. I know not. That's fine. All right, let's get things back on. Now we shouldn't have any more beavers getting injured anymore. We did pull from our hauling positions a little bit, but that is okay. That is acceptable. And push comes to shove, we can pause a few of the builder huts to get some bots into those positions. But I'm not hard pressed to do that. Cool. This is going in beautifully, though. I am happy to see it. And getting these little suspension bridges out in front of them has provided us with beautiful way to tackle this. Let's just make sure that I haven't done anything ridiculous. It does not appear to be so. And this is glorious. Okay. Really wish there was a faster way to get back here. Yeah, if it didn't take 5 years to plant tunnels or make tunnels, I would be more than content to get over there with tunnels and do that. But alas, that is not how things work. As a side project, we could punch through here And get all the way over here and get the tunnels going that way. How deep is that? So we could actually blast a little bit of that out and get a little bit more water in here. Yeah, let's do that too while we're down here. So we'll blast a little bit of that out. Get that in right there. Get this path up and over here. That gives us clearance to get into there, which then in turn means that we can blast this out without any heartache at all. And that should be easy. We could fill this in with dirt. That's going to do within range. You're fired, you're fired, you're fired. So that's cleared out of the way. That's cool. Okay. I don't want to fill it in with dirt. I do want to pump it out at some point. Did they get this in? They did. Too far from district, cannot be reached. That's kind of stinky. I'd also like to run this power over and up. Could just run this power up from down here, though. I don't think that's necessary. I think it's easier to just run it down this way. Let's do that. And that just gets connected right there. And then we just run this all the way across there. There. And we throw this bad Johnny in right here, here, and lay here. Then we throw in this little guy right there, and then they should be able to reach that super easy. But I'm going to pause that. I don't need that. Did they reduce the price of these? It looks like they did. We don't need that up and running because this is not quite finished yet. It does appear as though we are ready to rip out the suspension bridges, though. Yes, please. Yes, please. Give me this button. Make my life easier. Get all that cleared out there. And now we just run across. Now we should be able to just place those last few pieces of dirt, the last few pieces of impermeable flooring, and then we can start feeding water out and into the system. Which reminds me, downstream depth is 1.25. It's funny that you can actually see the depth, even though this isn't built yet. That's kind of neat and kind of broken. But I'm not complaining. That should be getting connected. It is. That should be connected. That is connected. They are working their way back here. Let's check out how this is coming along. It appears as though that is all in, and that is good. Now we can let even more water in here. Means that we get to have so much more juicy water back in this area. We don't lose that last, like, 2 tiles, or, yeah, we still have two tiles down here we can't gain access to, but that gets us that third that we weren't able to gain access to before, so that is really nice. Sweet. I'm happy to see that. Another thing that we could do, and I am not opposed to doing, is coming over here and cleaning up all this mess over here. Capping off these bad water seeps, both of them, right? And then uncapping these aquifers. And then that just means that we somehow run water up and over into this system. And that allows us to fill even more water. Which probably would be easier, in all honesty. We just create a giant aquifer. I like that idea. I mean, we've got plenty of time left in the episode to get that going. So, as a side project on the side project, as they continue to work their way down there, and my game continues to freak out every time that I move anything, let's go this way. As well as run some tubeways that way. Do we want to run tubeways that way? Yeah, I do. I do want to run tubeways that way. Because it's going to take 15 years to get our beavers over there to do anything. How do we go about doing that? Good tubeway over, like I said before, and we can have our tubeway drop off right there, and then we could have it branch off this way and then pop out here, and then we can work our way over there. Then we build a giant thing right there. Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. I am not opposed to that in the least. And while that's working, we can run a little bit of a power system through here. Get this up and running to feed our aquifer drill, which is going to be that one, that one, and that one, and that one. There are 4 aquifers over here. And I think there's a water source in here as well somewhere. I don't recall. This one should be the easiest to get to. Okay, so let's do that. How are we going to tackle that? I don't want to do more... I've got the planks. I don't have a place to store all the planks. I don't have a lot of lumber either. Lumber is hampering us substantially. Might help if I had a place to store lumber. This was a side project that I was doing as a side project on a side project over here. Was placing in more storage space for lumber back here. So let's go ahead and knock that out real quick. That should be relatively simple. Nope, not that one. Give me the doubles or the singles like this. That. And that looks something like this. That then looks something like this. And then you look something like, I don't know, this and this. And then you look like that. And I put this path in here. I don't know what I'm doing down here. It's hard to see. It would help if I zoomed in, you know, that's what smart people do, allegedly. It should all get connected. It's still not collected or connected. Oh, yeah. Connect that to that. There we go. And now I want you guys to all be lumber. And let's go ahead. Give me that button. Hit that copy button. Now we just need all that to get finalized real quick. And that shouldn't take but 10 seconds for them to get that knocked out. Allegedly. Okay, cool. That'll help these guys out a little bit, maybe. And I would like to actually get a two-way system over there as well. This shouldn't be that big of an issue, so much of an ask, honestly. Hopefully. Okay. Let's wait for the game to have its infarction. Go ahead and crawl over this way, that way, this way, connect here. Really don't want to do this like this. I think it'd be easier to do just... No, it would be. Would it be easier to dig down and do that? I don't know. You guys are all bored. You guys can go haul something somewhere. I don't care. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to figure this out, and I'll be back in 6 to 9 seconds with hopefully a plan. All right. I think I've got a plan. It's a ridiculous plan, but it is a plan nonetheless. And it's going to look a little something like this. We're just going to cut through here, like such as. And we can just cover up the top of this with dirt appropriately. And we just punch through or run a tubeway through here somehow. How that's going to look, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I don't think that'll be that big of an issue. Hopefully. I think we should be able to... Yeah. I think... Yeah, that's going to be an issue there. We pull this down 1. Power transfers through this, so we don't need that there. Right? Oh, it's vertical power shaft. It's supporting something, isn't it? It is 2. Okay. You don't... Why do we have these vertical... Okay. Okay, that's fine. This goes explosion there, question mark. Then we can go down 1 here. Then over this way. And then we line up this side. Let's pause that. We'll pull this back up. Then we'll line everything up with that. I think that'll be the easiest way to go about doing this. So that looks something like this instead. Then I wanted triples here and then doubles here. Doubles across. Then back to triples across here. Then what we'll do is we'll wait for the next cycle to come through. And whatever that is will determine, well, either side. If it's a bad tide or if it's a drought, we should be able to accommodate this without causing too much of an issue. We're not storing much water back in this area as it is right now. I just don't want to run into a situation where we accidentally cause water to drain out in precarious ways. But now all the bots are actually going to run out here like their hair is on fire and put all this in for us. So we may not need to be too concerned about the timeline to get all this done. We can just probably go ahead and rip that out. Throw this in right there. Get this priority. And once that is in, we tell them to stop coming this way, which would be a smart thing to do by giving them an access point to not have to go that way anymore by doing something like this, doing something like this, and like this. So they've already got all that knocked out too. So there's that. We can rip this out. We can throw in this double right here. And then that is all in. I need them to demolish this. Give me button. Come on. There we go. Give this a priority. Get that knocked out. That'll be fine. We'll get that turned back on here in a minute. Don't think I need that tunnel there, or you either. That should be connected. Now we can rip that out, rip that out. Now we just connect this up right here. We stop telling them to go that way for a minute. That should keep them from accidentally walking across explosives, which is what we want. Please stop. Please stop. Okay, good, good, good. Guys, can you not do ridiculous things? That would be great. Okay, we've got 2.5 days, 2 days for this to get going. Didn't realize that I didn't have that put in yet. That's okay. We should still have access to all of this. Yes? Question mark? Somehow. Okay, now we need to put in our vertical tubeways. I don't think we need that like that. Actually, give me that back. Give me that back. We are going to put in just the regular tubeways. That saves us a little bit on the material. Goes right there. I need you to go down by 1. Give me this, give me that, give me there. Now, that goes here. And you can't be reached because I didn't give you access to that somehow. is acceptable, but not acceptable. There we go. Now that goes in, that goes in, that goes in. This gets reconnected like that. And we might even just block all this off, honestly. Just so we don't run into any issues with water free flowing and causing us problems. We'll probably do the same on this side as well. Make this a nice, beautiful piece of real estate. And that means somehow filling this in. Probably a tad bit excessive and highly unnecessary, but alas, we are doing it. We are all the way over here. They still can't reach that because I have not given them a connection point. Now we're connected. Now we can do all of that. And now we can also come back in and start filling in the top of this. Like such as. There. That was a lot simpler to do it like that. Boom. That's connected there, and then we're gonna have to find a way onto that side, but that's fine. That goes like that. Look at that. You'll never know that we ran through there. Allegedly. They get this explosive in. They did. Great. Don't know how that's going to be beneficial to us in any way, fashion, shape, or form, but I will find a way. By doing something like this. Out to there. This goes down into there. This goes like such as, and that goes down, and then this goes around town. That gets connected to there. And we should be Gucci. Beautiful. We have a path, or a tubeway tunnel built in less than 3 days. It's ridiculous how we did it, but I'm not complaining, and the beavers aren't complaining because they're going to have access to beautiful things over here. Now, we could just have the tubeway tunnel pop up right here. Get that. They've already got everything filled back in. Now we just need to reconnect this right there. It's almost as if nothing ever happened, you know? Beautiful. What did I not select here? Logs. Click, please. Thank you. There we go. Now I've got a little bit more storage place for logs. We got 2 bots with nothing to do with their hands. Okay, you guys can go do trees. Sweet. How's this coming along? They have made it to the end of their area. Sweet. They'll knock that out. That will get reconnected as soon as I place that in right there. And I think I like the idea of having it just pop up right here, honestly. So let's do a little something like this. Have a levee right... Where was that line? Rip that out. I want you there. Pause you just so I have an above look. Perfect. Then I would like to have a levee here. Here, 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 and here. Then we blast down right there. Probably don't need that triple. We can get away with a single without any consternation, and that'll be a beautiful thing to work with. They've got all of the lumber over here in the world to actually pull out from. Ah, that's why it looked like we were so low on lumber, because I had blocked off access to that, which is acceptable. That'll go in quite easily. Everything should be getting connected free down here. It does appear as though that is occurring. They are slowly working their way through here, which is fine. That is going down and around. Just make sure we're not missing out on any of the connections down through here. We aren't. This is all running. I didn't misclick on anything. Everything is producing water for us. That is beautiful. That is as intended. This is filling in. How is this doing over here? It really isn't. Like, it's just backflowing off to this side. So that's why we've never seen it actually make anything green back here, because it's got this one outlet. And it doesn't really push much beyond that. So I don't know how much this is worth the squeeze, but we are going to tackle it one way or another. And I think we need to actually start cutting our way through that side as well, just to gain easier access to all of that. Means doing something along these lines down to here. Just ripping all of this out real quick, and that will be something that these guys can work on to their heart's content while everything's up and running. How is this coming along? It's coming along brilliantly, and I love to see it. This has not been connected yet, power-wise, because I did not connect that one piece of power right there. Now, what we want is we want this to close above downstream depth of 0.75, which it should start filling in here shortly, and that should open up. We want this to open up above downstream depth of 1.5, and that will provide us with a little bit more irrigation to make sure that our swimming pools are nice and full and everything else is nice and full down here in perpetuity. And I am very happy to see that actually coming along quite nicely. And just for giggles, let's clear up some of these thorns. Just a little bit more thorn clearing. We've got a few bots with nothing much to do with their hands. Look at all these guys. They're all sat on their bums right now. They ain't doing nothing. Just fine. It's acceptable. I understand. I understand. How's this coming along? That's all in. That went in beautifully. We can blast that out. Now we can unpause you. And we can keep running this up to the top. That goes like that. This becomes a two-way system or exit right there. This gives us an exit point right here. And this now comes over here and gets connected to there. And now we've got a little bit easier access to that side. And now we've got a little bit easier access to that side. And now we can start thinking about other stuff. Okay. Did we cause any problems with this? It does not appear to be so. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. And that's the last two pieces of that should get connected for free, and that'll be a brilliant. Did not get that plugged in. They did. Why are you not getting juice? You are disconnected right there. That should rectify that issue, but this should be running. And it is. That is so beautiful. Look at it. Look at it. It's not going to start doing anything for a minute. We can just open this just for giggles for a second. Look at that. Look at that. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. That should stop. Hopefully. Please. Yeah. No? Hello? Are you gonna close? I think it might have been a visual glitch. Okay, cool. that's doing as advertised. This should only start moving when there's a need for it to start moving. And it does appear as though it is connected to the power line. Good. We are still cruising back here. We made good progress on this side, so I'm happy to see that. Awesome. Even probably start planting all the explosives that we want to throw in here as well. But we've also got got a nice clean area to work with back there. We'll have them run that way. We'll have a little bit of a storage depot right here for explosives and give them a little cleanup message right here so we can plant some more of our extract to start working on all that. Why are you doing things? You're supposed to be closed there, buddy. You're supposed to be closed there, buddy. Why are you letting water in? You are closed. Pull that down to 0.45. I think... Should not be doing that. Do 0.3. Yeah, it should not have done that. Should not. Should not. All right. It is a min-tempered cycle. That kind of stinks. Oh, I was on one-time speed. That's why it took so long for that to register. Okay, it's fine. Min-tempered cycle, that's not cool, but it is what it is. Not much we can do about that. However, we can continue to make this last connection, and then we'll have access to all of this on this side. They did put all of this in, it appears so. That means that it's just waiting on that one last piece of real estate to go in, which means staring at this for the next 6-9 seconds while I throw in the last few pieces of explosives, extract, and planks. We have 3 stranded beavers. How did you guys get stranded? Oh, they put this in. Explosives there, please. You guys will get rescued here shortly. I don't need to worry about you. That's in. That's connected. Now we can throw this bad Johnny in right there. Pull this back up. Then we can just cover this hole that we've created for ourselves up, and that'll look beautiful. Beautiful. I think we can even rip that out, and then we can just have them rip this out too, and we could fill this in with some water. You should be able to reach all that without any issue either. Sweet. I love it. This is really not filling up that fast, but we are filling this side up a lot, so that makes a lot of sense. All right. It is so nice. That should be connected now. Is it not connected yet? Should be connected. If I delete that, should be connected. Yes. I think. Making sure I didn't miss anything. That comes up to there. That goes up one. That gets connected to there. Anybody using it yet? The moment we see somebody go through, that should confirm that we're in solid. Unless we are not connected up here, which we should be. It appears to be fine. Yeah, it appears to be good. I think we're Gucci there. Sweet. That is all in. That is glorious. They are almost to this side. I never gave them that staircase there to get there. And then we are slowly working our way through here as well. All right. So what I'm going to do for the next 6 to 9 minutes is finish clearing all of this out. Gaining access to all of this, capping this off, and then uncapping this. And hopefully we'll have a beautiful rush of water by the end of the next temper cycle, or beginning of the next temper cycle. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. I would appreciate that as well. We are making a wonderful headway in the YouTube verse, and I appreciate you all being here for all the fun, the excitement, and the chaos. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Stay safe out there. Don't do anything dumb, dangerous, different. We'll catch you on the next episode of TimberPunk 2. I'm out. See ya.
Let's go downtown. Let's go downtown. Let's go Gnash, Gnash. Tetsu no Kiba tachiagare. Tetsu no Kiba tachiagare. Thorns like blades, miles of spite. Barbed wire forest, endless night. Kiba de kamikudake. Kiba de kamikudake. Chomp, chomp, break the chain. Iron will through the pain. Chosuichi, mitase. Chosuichi, mitase. Come back to the river we stole from the dry. Kareta daichi ni kawa wo kaesu. Tear it down, tear through the thorns. Miles of hate, we fight them all. Tetsu no Kiba keshite orene. Feel the bass and flood the calm. Sekai wo shitagaero. New river born today. I know. We claim the flood, we claim it all. Folktales, dreaming flowers and peace. We forge a meadow, never cease. Gears turn, turbines scream. Bad water bows to our machine. Bite the earth, redirect the vein. Droughts our enemy, feel the strain. No mercy for the barren land. Iron heart, iron hand. Come back to the river we stole from the dry. Kareta daichi ni kawa wo kaesu. Tear it down, tear through the thorns. Miles of hate, we fight them all. Tetsu no Kiba keshite orene. Feel the bass and flood the calm. Sekai wo shitagaero. New river born today. Iron grow. We claim the flood, we claim it all. Thorns pierce, but we pierce deeper. Every splinter fuels the fever. No